What's going on? This is Big G from Rydes, and welcome to another episode of Testing Rides. Today, I'm going to be testing this 2017 Mazda 3 Touring Sedan. Welcome to the 2017 Mazda 3. New for 2014, the Mazda 3 was all new and earning high praise for its style, efficiency, and driving characteristics. For 2017 model year, Mazda updated the Mazda 3. The one I have here is a Mazda 3 Touring. New for 17, Mazda dumped some of its model distinguishings with the sedan. In 2016, this would have been the Mazda 3i Grand Touring because of all the features that it has and it being the 2-liter. Now there's only 3 models: the base Sport with the 2-liter, the Touring with the 2-liter, and the Grand Touring that has the 2.5. And now on each of those trims you can add different options that used to be standard on the Grand Touring. Like I said before, this one is the Touring. This one starts at about $20,445 with the manual transmission and about $21,500 with the auto. With the popular equipment package and the appearance package, this vehicle can go way over $25,000. This car has the 2-liter Skyactiv 4-cylinder engine with 155 horsepower and 150 foot-pounds of torque, and 0 to 60 times are about 8 seconds, and the quarter mile is a little over 16 seconds. This vehicle weighs about 2,900 pounds. Since the car is pretty light and doesn't have a whole lot of power, it gets excellent fuel economy. It gets about 28 city and 37 highway. When I've been driving it, I've gotten about 30 average. With the sedan getting rid of some of its different models, the Touring gets a lot of brand new standard equipment. Like push button start with the smart key access system is standard. Leatherette heated and front passenger seats are standard. These beautiful 18-inch wheels, which only came on the Grand Touring and the 16 model. It also comes with the smart city braking on here. So that's the system where if you're not paying attention and you're distracted for a little bit, the car will stop itself if you're going at speeds in between 2 miles an hour and 18 miles an hour. And there's also many other new standard features on this vehicle, like blind spot monitoring. There's rain sensing wipers. The backup camera is now standard on all across the board on all Mazda 3s. And there's even more technology. There's even more features on here. The list goes on and on. Mazda gives you a pretty well equipped car for the price point. All right, let's take a look at that interior. Alright, let's talk about this interior. In here, just like the previous third generation Mazda 3, the interior is a nice place to be. The quality of the materials in here are excellent. It's really soft up here on the door panels. It has this really nice brownish leather on the door pockets here. The dash is super soft where it matters. The steering wheel has a nice feel to it. Has a slightly different steering wheel design as the other one before. Doesn't have paddle shifters, but you know, I can live without it. The infotainment screen is in a pretty good place, and it looks a little bit different. There's also automatic climate control in this model. You have your sport button, and your infotainment system controls here, and then you also have electronic parking brake there. But everything you look at, everything you touch in the vehicle is very good quality. And the only thing I wish I had more of was just a slightly little bit more headroom in here. But besides that, everything is excellent. The second biggest thing in here that I liked a lot is how well this interior is laid out. I really like having the infotainment controls right down here at your fingertips, where you have your home button, your music, your sources, then like your nav if this car came with nav, and then the volume knob is right here. I like having that right here instead of having to reach all the way up here to try to turn down the volume. It's really nice having it just right there at your fingertips. The climate control seems a little bit far away, but honestly, you don't need to be messing with the climate control that much while you drive. I mean, you get a good temperature and it stays there. The heated seats are in a good place, just so like you're not actually hitting him when you're getting in the car like a lot of other cars. I've been in tons of cars where you accidentally hit the heated seats getting in the car, then you're driving along, you wonder why your butt's getting a little bit hot. All right, let's take a look at the back here. All right, one of the biggest complaints about these Mazda 3s is the back seat. The back seat is a lot smaller than a lot of other back seats, just because from the looks of it, the space is not used that well. So this seat is leaned back where I drive, and only somebody really small will be able to fit back there. I mean, on the other side, there's a little bit more room because the seat's a little bit further, but there's not a whole lot of room back here. And I wish they could do something to get a little bit more legroom back here. But you know, this is a compact car. It doesn't need to have a huge. All right, let's take a look at the trunk here. All right, here's the trunk here. Just kind of like I'll kind of complain about the back seat. The trunk is not huge either. You probably can get about two big luggages in the back here, and that's about it, and you won't have any space for anything else. I understand that the car is not big, but they could have gave the trunk space. They could have gave it a little bit more trunk space, made it just a little bit deeper. I understand they could probably make it longer, but a little bit deeper would have been nice. But you know, it's not that bad size of a trunk. I've definitely seen worse, but this one isn't great. All right, let's see how this Mazda 3 sounds. All right, let's go for a drive. All right, let's do a quick 0 to 60 here. The biggest thing I've noticed when I first hopped into this Mazda 3 is how sporty it feels. The suspension is pretty good. The suspension is pretty stiff, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not harsh. It doesn't hurt my back. The steering is somewhat communicative, and there's not a ton of body roll in the car. So you can drive this pretty hard and not have to worry about things like rolling over, or well, not rolling over, but you don't have to worry about a whole lot. You can just kind of go for it and have some fun, and that's why a lot of people who has reviewed this car has given it such high praise, just because it's one of the few cars in this class that handles like this. As you can kind of hear here, there's not a ton of road noise. Like most of the road noise you're hearing is really coming from the tires, but it's not coming from the wind around the car, which is definitely a plus. Mazda is definitely kind of the premium compact car in the class. I know a lot of the other ones are getting better, but Mazda is still excellent at this. For a $22,000 car, this car is really high quality, and it's something that I wish more people would buy, just because they think that just because it is a Japanese brand, but it's not like your typical Toyota or Honda, that it's not going to be as reliable. And these are just as reliable as those are. Right after I picked this car up, I was extremely impressed with it, with the power, the fuel economy, the comfort, the features, and the price. Like, this is a $22,000 car that comes with blind spot monitoring, city braking system, the screen here with the knob here, leather seats, heated seats, automatic climate control, push button system with the push button starter with the smart key system. I mean, there's not many cars out there on the market that offers you the same amount of equipment for the $22,000 price. And that's why, in my opinion, I think this car is still the best in class based on its handling, its fuel economy, the power, the looks. If it were my money and I was buying a car this size, I think I would buy this car. Even in sedan form. I used to be the guy that's only wanted a hatchback, but this sedan I've kind of fallen in love with the sedan over the hatchback now. It looks like a mini Mazda 6. I like the body style of the Mazda 6 a lot. This is just like a mini Mazda 6. And honestly, it's just way more affordable than the hatchback. So if it were my money and I was going to be buying a car this size, I'll buy this car in white with the popular equipment package and the appearance package, and I'll be completely satisfied with it. So if you're looking at a car in the compact car class, definitely look at the Mazda 3 for its driving characteristics, its comfort, its features, its affordability, its quality, its efficiency. This car has everything going for it, except it doesn't have the big back seat. And if you don't have any kids or don't need to carry people, this is a great car. And I would highly recommend it. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and keep riding with me. Thanks for watching.